Got it. All right. Right now we're in the grooming process of that. Okay. Right now we're in the process of where guys are being tried out. The Lord didn't just ordain us and then that's it. No, we were ordained, but we also had to be tried. We had to be tried and we had to be refined. We had to come to this earth. We had to experience this earth. All right. Then we had to be put through these perils. We had to be put through this hardness so that we would be tried. Okay. So that when we go into the kingdom, all right, we would be fully set and fully able, you know what I'm saying, to deal with all the rigors that's going to come with the lot that we got to serve in the kingdom. All right. Bring it.
This is Second Ezra chapter. The Second Ezra chapter 8 verse 50. It said, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride."
Get it? Go ahead, bro. You got that.
So it says, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride." Like we always talking about, the RFID microchip of the mark of the beast, and how it says that you're not going to be able to buy or sell. So you're going to have females when this thing is implemented. You know what I mean? They're gonna if in order to feed the children or whatever, they're gonna have to get the chip or whatever. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If they're not with a man that knows the truth and has them in order and is under their wing or whatever. But we talk about how in the latter times you're gonna have an economic collapse. You're gonna have wars. You're gonna have famines. You're gonna have what do you call it?
Martial law.
Yeah, martial law. Like how you got the army going into, you had the army, U.S. Army going into all these other countries, doing all these atrocities and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You're gonna have that same thing taking place here in America, because look at how they're, like we always say, they're militarizing the police, militarizing the government agencies and all that stuff.
Exactly. Okay? This place is getting ready to be reduced to a third world country, man. And like the brother said, all them atrocities that this devil been doing abroad, that's gonna come right here to America. People getting their doors kicked in, okay? They weapons being seized forcefully. So for all you Second Amendment right thumpers, man, y'all gonna get it heavy. Y'all gonna get it very heavy. And that's the whole point of all these. Like, for example, I'm glad you said that. You had another school shooting go down in frickin' California again, man. Okay? You had another one of those go down out there. They're trying to push this thing hard. This devil is really trying to bring this great wrath, man. He knows that he's going to lose his power. So now, guess what? Like the brother just got done saying, man, it's getting ready to be hell out here. So for all of us that's on the earth, man, read that again. That was beautiful, by the way. Read that one.
Second Ezra 8:50. Many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Because they have walked in great. So now watch. When it's all said and done, right? You gonna see a lot, especially these women, like the brother got done saying. Especially these women, they're gonna be catching hell left, right, and center. Okay? Like the brother said, you're not gonna have no more of your government agencies that's willing to feed them and that's willing to put up with their fucked up behavior. You're not going to have a situation no more where you got people that's going to back these women. As a matter of fact, women are going to be getting raped left, right, and center out here. There's going to be absolutely no peace for them. So when they was walking around, you know what I'm saying, dressed like your average Hooters waitress, okay, that kind of thing is going to get shut down, man. Because the men are going to be taking what they want at that point in time, man. It's going to be absolute socio-economical meltdown out here. The social order out here that we're going by right now is going to evaporate when that dirt comes to America, man. So no more of that pride, no more of that pompous attitude, got their nose up in the air, walking past us like we ain't nobodies, I mean. That's going to get shut down real soon. Okay?
They're so proud.
The only ones that's going to be safe, like the brother said, is going to be these women that's underneath men of the Lord. All right? Got it.
Also, my teacher said, go there. And then also,
go to these other places.
Right, well, if you're gonna grace, like, you know, there's something else, you don't have to, like, go out and pay. It's like, oh, yeah, we don't have that.
Oh, boy.
The part.
Second Ezra chapter 9.
Smoking section and
Felt like that.
Said, then shall they be a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. For such as in their life have received benefits and not known me.
Right.
And they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when they had yet place for repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. Said, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. And that's, the majority of our people, they abuse the Most High's ways.
Yes, they do.
It says, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. Like our people who tell and teach the point about, the homosexuality thing. Like you tell them that that's wrong, and they just, they know what the Bible says, but yet they do it anyway, like as if they can't, help themselves or something like that. That's the case right there. It said, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. So there are people that sold out and basically, forsook the name of Yahawashi and Sham. And they that have blown my law while they had liberty. And liberty is basically like, the ability to, like freedom for lack of a better word.
Well, without overcomplicating things, grace.
Yeah,
when
grace.
they had, when they had that liberty is talking about that grace, like the brother just got done breaking down. Yeah, go ahead.
And when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. It said, the same must know it after death by pain.
Wow.
So, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, like the brother said about the grace, and it was great. Grace is the favor that Yahawashi gives the Israelites to build themselves up in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures.
Yep. Exactly. Because at the end of the day, like I said, when it's all said and done, when we came on the earth, we had to be chastised, we had to be tried, we had to be purified. All right, because at the end of the day, coming in this flesh, we would be able to understand the rigors of what it is to, to suffer. We had to go through the bad in order for us to be able to embrace the good. So us going through what we're going through now, this is meant to actually purify us, to eliminate, and I always used to say this, to eliminate pride from the equation. So now being unhindered by pride, we're able to go ahead and do what we need to do unhindered by pride to be actual leaders. Like the brother just got done saying. You got guys that are in this truth that are appointed to be judges. All right, you got guys that are in this truth that were appointed to be your law enforcement, your lawgivers, your scribes. Okay, you got all these different offices. Okay, even hell, we're even gonna be military. Yeah. Okay, the Lord's military getting ready to strike this earth as we speak. But in everything that we do, we gotta suffer first because we have to be purified. That pride gotta be eliminated. All right. So that we'll know how to be what we're supposed to be when the time comes for us to be that. All right? We were ordained, but in order for us to actually be able to be what we need to be, in order for us to fulfill our ordainment, we had to be tried first. Okay? The scriptures say the Lord scourgeth every son that he loveth. Okay? And right now, that's the elect. All right? That's the ones that are going to get this. That's the ones that are going to be saved. That's the ones that are going to be in the kingdom, all right, and ready for that responsibility. Because when the elect heard the word and were going through their sufferings, guess what? That's what it was. So that's why the scriptures say to put on as the elect, not to be some pompous, holier than thou person. All right? Yeah, no, you got it.
said, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished.
Be not curious as to how the ungodly will be punished, because first things first, the scriptures tell you how the ungodly are going to be punished. That's number one. Number two, all right, especially when you're talking about the ungodliness among our people, all right, they're going to come back and they're going to be underneath us, all right. A lot of your most ungodliest people in this kingdom are going to come back in the kingdom, but they're going to be just regular citizens, all right, underneath the governing body. Yeah, doctor.
It said, and be not therefore, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished,
right,
and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved.
But inquire how the righteous shall be saved. Continue.
Whose the world is, and for whom the world is created.
Read that part one more time.
It said, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose world this is, and for whom the world is created.
So according to the scriptures, who does this world belong to once again, brother?
Righteous.
The righteous. All right. And who are the righteous? The saints. All right. The scriptures talk about the patience of the saints. Well, one of the patience of the saints is to have our enemies, those that had us in captivity themselves, underneath us. All right. That's one of the hopes and faiths of the scriptures tell you that. All right. So the world belongs to the righteous, the saints, man. Those that are out here pushing this word truthfully. All right. That were hopefully chosen, because we always call ourselves the hopeful elect. Okay. We're prisoners of hope, as we are prisoners of vanity. All right? But for the most part, that's who this world is for. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The elect first and foremost, and then the rest of us. All right? Let's get it, bro. Let's get it.
This is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 30.
Yep.
And thou speakest, saying, hear me, O Israel, and make my words, and mark my words, thou seed of Jacob, for behold, I sow my law in you, and it shall bring fruit in you, and ye shall be honored in it forever.
Read that again.
It says, 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 30.
Put some oomph in
And
that,
thou
bro.
shalt speak it, saying, hear me, O Israel, and make my words, mark my words, thou seed of Jacob.
Yep.
For behold, I sow my law in you,
Yep.
it shall bring fruit in you, and ye shall honor in it for me. In it forever.
There you go. Because that's our lot. What is it? Hold on. The scripture said it. Read that again. The scripture said it right there. Go ahead and read that one more time, huh?
For behold, I sow my law in you.
For behold, I sow my law in you. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that make up the 12 tribes. Read that one more time, brother.
For behold, I sow my law in you.
The Lord said he sowed his law in you. He sowed his law in us, man. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Not these dot-head Indians, not these so-called Chinese, not these so-called Japanese, not these so-called white people, for damn sure not them, okay? The Lord said he sowed his law in us, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that make up the 12 tribes, Judah on down to Issachar, to the nation of Israel. Read that one more time.
And then,
2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 30.
Con.
And thou speakest, saying, hear me, O Israel,
Yep.
and mark my words, thou seed of Jacob.
Yep.
For behold, I sow my law in you, and it shall bring fruit in you,
Yep.
and ye shall be honored in it forever.
That's why these devils wanted to take our name from us, our heritage from us. You think when we was in slavery and he had us in them churches, he was doing that shit for no reason? He knew the purpose. This is why during slavery we were not allowed to read. Read that one more time, Akil.
2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 30.
God.
And thou speakest, saying, hear me, O Israel, and mark my words, thou seed of Jacob.
Right.
For behold, I sow my law in you.
For behold, I sow my law in you. Continue that.
And it shall bring fruit in you.
Yep.
And ye shall be honored in it forever.
This is why these devils despise us. All right? We are hated for the Lord's name's sake. This is why these nations do everything to stamp us out as a people. Okay? This is what we've been pushing for a long time now, man. We are that people.
It says, but our fathers which received the law kept it not, and observed not by ordinance,
That's why we are in this condition. Continue.
and thought the fruit of the law did not perish, neither could it, for it was dying. Yet they that received it perished because they kept not the thing that was sown in them.
Yeah, now you can come right in now. It's a sweet time for you. But like the brother just read there, man. You see, this is why we're in the condition we're in. This is why we got jacked up by the Most High. All right? And again, it goes back to prophecy, but this is why we're in this condition. Because we broke the laws which he sowed in us. Not you so-called white people that claim to be Jews, but he's talking about the real Jews, the actual Jews. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the real Israelites. Not you bastards in Israel right now. Okay? Go ahead and read that.
Why not? Well, how much?
It says, but our fathers which received the law kept it not, and observed not by ordinance, and thought the law of thy law did not perish, neither could it, for it was died. Yet they that received it perished because they kept not the thing that was sown in them. It's talking about, how all people, the Israelites, were the ones who received the law, the 613 law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and that was given to them because they were the chosen people of the Most High. But then, our people, and the Most High is showing us all these wonders and giving us the law, making us his chosen people. Our people didn't keep the laws, and thus they were basically punished. Like in our numbers, we had I'm sorry.
I can get it for you if you want.
Second Ezra chapter 10 verse 33. And he said unto me, stand up manfully, and I will advise you.
It was like $8 for like an hour.
When you as an Israelite man, when you stand up manfully and come into the fear of the Most High and start doing his will to the best of your ability, and that's when the Most High Spirit starts doing it.
If you were chosen. As a matter of fact, if possible, I can just get the scripture real quick. Unless you already got it. Got it? Okay. Or better yet, yeah. All right, kind of. First Peter, I got 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. This is 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. Listen up, Israel. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood.
Yeah, so Israel was a chosen generation, a royal priesthood. So, the thing is that us as Israelites, that's the New Testament, is calling us a royal priesthood. So not only do you have the tribe of Levi, but the Israelites, the elect men of Israel that stand up and come out here and preach, they're a royal priesthood.
And holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of the darkness into his marvelous light.
Yeah, and he calls us a peculiar people because we're not just like the rest of the non-Israelite nations. The Most High set us apart, and we're given a higher status, so to speak, than everybody else. Like, there's scriptures that talk about how that are so-called say racist or biased, or the Most High, like I keep saying, the Most High, like the scripture saying, the Most High chose the nation of Israel.
That you should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of the darkness into his marvelous light.
Yeah, so that's what we're basically doing. We're basically putting out the scripture, but we're praising Yahawashi for bringing us out of the darkness and giving us this light. That's why we come out here to basically tell our people and to try and exhort them and encourage them to get on the straight gate, so the scripture says.
Right. Enter you into the straight gate, exactly. For narrow is the path to salvation. This is why only narrow people are going to get this, okay? Alright.
Said, this is Wisdom of Solomon 3:9. It said, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints. So it said, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth. And that's why, like me and this brother, the Most High allowed us to, because once, we heard the word, and we realized, we got to get ourselves together. We have a duty and responsibility to the Most High and to our people. We started trying to learn the scriptures, read, listen to men that know the word of Yahawashi and try and emulate their actions and their good actions, and get ourselves together so we make these vessels fit for the master's use and be soldiers ready to come out here and preach the word. So it said, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. And such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace, and grace is like favor, like I said, favor that the Most High gives to the Israelites to build them up in knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and the scriptural laws. It said in mercy, because the Most High had mercy on Israel. That's why he gave us our mediator, Yahawashi, and then just totally just do away with us as a nation. So it says, it's to his saints. And who is his saints? The nation of Israel, the elected nation of Israel. And he had cared for his elect. So the Most High cares about the elect. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord. So the Most High is going to basically punish the two-thirds of our people. Two-thirds of our people who don't adhere to this and don't take the word of Yahawah seriously. For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, for whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain, and their labor unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. So, our people that hate the Bible and what it's teaching, and it says, and nurture is basically to bring up, train, and educate. So our people, they don't want to learn anything. They want to stay stagnant. They don't take the scripture seriously. Like, our people, they wouldn't open up the Bible and look up words and stuff if somebody put a gun to their head. So it said he is miserable, and he is miserable, and their hope is vain. Their labor is unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. So said their hopes are vain. Like everything that our people, the world of our people, everything that they believe in and hope for is vain. It's not going to come to fruition.
Right.
Like our people hope that one day they're gonna be equal with Esau, and they're gonna be this great big melting pot and all this stuff, and you know what I mean? That's in vain. That's really never gonna happen.
Nope.
I mean, Esau, no matter what you do, you know what I mean, he's never really gonna respect you like that. He can basically say, you know, put on a front or whatever, act a certain way, but he's really never gonna really respect you and put you, make you equal.
Well, take that football player, for example, that the brother brought up about earlier. All right? He was supposed to be a respected athlete within the sport of football. All right? And look at the nonsense that he has to go through because an Edomite couldn't handle getting his ass waxed, all right, and getting sacked out there on the field, okay? He couldn't handle it. So what does he do? He tries to fight the Jake, man. And then look at how the news coverage portrays this Jake, man. So that should tell you something, like the brother said. All right, you never gonna get the same level of respect as these damn devils out here, man. They're not gonna have you eating at the table with them. They're going to use and exploit you with the promise of equality. And then when they're done with you, they're just gonna toss you to the side, like used toothpaste. Get that out of here.
Yeah, I was just saying, like how you got baseball player pitchers and shit. They'll throw like a 90-mile-per-hour fastball and somebody hit them on purpose, but you don't see them like get, what do you call it? Find all this money and and like you know the rest of the season they can't play.
Castrated. You might as well say. Yeah, exactly.
It's like you don't see them doing that.
No. You see, because these damn devils, like I keep saying, and a lot of these jakes will never fucking get it, but these devils have a perpetual hatred for us, man. Hey, look, I remember it was being said by the elders and apostles for a very long time. These devils out here training, sharpening their skills, honing their skills, so that they could kill more Jake, man. And then you got dumbass Jakes out here talking about some kumbaya. Oh, we want to be equal with you, sir. No. Absolutely not. You wanna join their fucking clubs. You wanna go to their colleges and join their fraternities and shit. Well, what is wrong with you, Jakes, man? They're not going to respect you at all. At all. You will never get the same level of love from these devils that they have for one another. Alright? Like the scriptures even say, if thou were of the world would love its own. But because we were chosen out of the world, we are hated for the Lord's name's sake. Alright? So let's put this in proper perspective here.
So Wisdom of Solomon 5:1.
Yep.
Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors.
Right, exactly. And that's what we're supposed to be out here doing. That's the attitude we're supposed to have when it comes to this devil. We're out here standing boldly in his face, okay? Telling him that he's going down. All right? Go ahead, bro.
It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for.
So far beyond all that they look for. All right? I mean, we got more and more UFO sightings. We got more and more rumors of war, race riots. We got more and more riots and different cases of civil unrest taking place all over the world. Okay, fires everywhere. People crowding different places just to find home. Refugees. Everywhere you look, there are refugees today. All right, war is rampant out here in this world today. Today is the giant. We're literally sitting on a giant tinderbox that's getting ready to blow, and America's gonna get all the backlash.
It says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he, and we had sometimes in derision,
Yep.
and a proverb of reproach.
And a proverb of reproach. Hey, look, like you had that nonsensical foolishness about Gucci creating that thing with blackface. Remember that stupid? What was it again? Yeah, he had the big red lips on it or whatever the case was, and everybody else caught a whole attitude about it. Like, I mean, oh man. Like everywhere you look, you see blackface. They always make fun of us. We're the most hated people on the face of the planet. we're the most feared and the most imitated people on the face of the planet. Okay? And every time we're thought about, they make all kind of derogatory terms about us. We're all kind of niggas and akata and all this other nonsense. That's what the so-called Africans call us, akata. All right. So I mean, you get the point. Oh boy.
It said, and they repenting and groaning for anxious spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision,
Yep.
and a proverb of reproach.
Yep.
It said, we fools accounted his life madness,
Yep.
and his end to be without honor.
We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Hey, look, these devils are gonna regret the day that they did all these shooting ups and lynchings of so-called black people. They gonna be like, oh man, I can't believe we were so damn stupid to think we could wipe out an entire nation of blacks. Go ahead, Akia.
It said, how is he numbered among the children of Yahawah, and his lot is among the saints?
Why is it that this nigger gets to be in the Lord's happy place? Why does he get to be part of God's council? And then you're gonna have a lot of Edomites saying, well, I thought God was white. Like, come on now. Go ahead, Ak.
It says, therefore, we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us.
Exactly. Basically, what they're saying is, damn, man. Well, that's the admittance right there. They're the wicked.